Hello, my name is swissbianco. In this video I will talk a bit about the history of the 84mm alox from Victorinox. In my hand is a pretty interesting older variant of that kind of knife. It shows us some interesting features how that did go in the past. As we see, first the scales are in a green, in a bright green. It's still a bit darker than the Apocalypse green that we use in the swissbianco limited editions, but it still comes to the zombie or Apocalypse green pretty close, and that is already many decades ago. Back then, Bucher is a company in Switzerland. The print of it showed that this was an advertising knife, a knife that they gave away to special customers if they did buy something, and maybe even employees for Christmas and all that. And that was made in the good old days, as the people give away things that actually are worth something, not just cheap Chinese stuff. And as we go to the next feature, we see on the blade tang there is alox with the crossbow on this side, and on the other side, on the reverse side, which is pretty unusual, we have the Victorinox Switzerland stainless rostfrei stamp on it. Rostfrei is basically stainless in German. And this on the reverse side. Then as we close the knife, we see it has two layers. Next to the main blade we have in this variant actually a small blade, small pen blade, that unfortunately did go away for quite a while and is rarely be used in only a few of the limited editions that swissbianco offers. We see the shape of the blade is different too compared to the later variants, and with this bigger nail nick there. Then second layer we have the usual tool layer. We see the Swiss cross with PAT for patented on it. That variant of the can opener with the small screwdriver is pretty much like the variant we have, just some details got changed as we look closer on the inside part. Usually in later series that stamped part inside got smoothed out a bit finer. On that we see that this is a bit older variant, and of course on the stamping on the side, which is gone away. That did go away pretty for a long time. Then the other side we have the old style bottle opener with a bit sharp edge over here. That did go away too in that fashion. Over time the tools got smoothed out. We also see the silvery finish. If you know a bit about it, that shows you that this was made in earlier days than the stone washed one. It is a different process that was used back then. Also we see the scales are really thin, as we gonna look on a regular 84mm, of course, because of the waffle pattern and not smooth like this. It needed to be a bit thicker, and we see there the 84mm in smooth are really thin compared to the 84 with waffle, and that is already a really thin fashion as well. So this is a unique older knife, needs a bit oiling and all that. That's one of the items that I picked up long time ago in Switzerland and simply put it aside, and now here in USA it waits on be a bit restored and oiled and then put into the study collection. The 84mm Swiss Army knife has a good size, in between size. It's still made, of course, and in certain variations, and that comes in handy. By swissbianco we did make over the time a lot of different variants, like this alox lumberjack in splash anodizing, and one like this one that is rather current. It's a Cadet Plus, it's a Cadet model with a saw in a grey color on the alox, and many more. And it's too bad that the original smooth side scales are no longer made. That would be nice for some limited editions as well. The benefit with the smooth side was mainly that you could alu print, that you could put the advertising logo, name, or whatever you want to put on it really easy. This is not an engraving that is part of the anodizing process like tampon printing, so it's not gonna go deeper in the material. It's basically not covered by the green anodization, so we have the silver original color, and therefore that needed to be flat. You need to have a rather flat surface to put that on. If you have a more coarse or waffle pattern surface like this, it's never gonna work in a wild pattern like the splash that we do. That works, of course, but we could never print it that well or add it that well on the surface, on the waffle pattern surface, as it is on the flat one. But later in time, Victorinox did switch for such advertising knives mainly to the nylon scaled variants. That's for the people, the Swiss Army knife that has not a shiny surface on the plastic handle. It's more a bit of texture there. They can be really easy printed on. They are also more economically than the more shiny knives. But later on, of course, the shiny Celidor scales got a lot of use by printing too, because for many they simply did look nicer to be used as a giveaway, as a gift, that the scales look a bit shiny and not more matte like. It was a different time back then, and that is not about using or be tactical, which the nylon of course is way better for such applications. So that much about some unusual features on the older 84mm Victorinox Swiss Army knives.